Hi, Crystal. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, and this is Crystal Display, where we talk all things Bible study, quiet time, a bit of mental health, and digital planning. Guys, if you're ready for today's video, literally hit that subscribe button and of course, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, so in today's video, I'll be talking about the 4 B's needed when celebrating life. So that means when you're celebrating life, these are the 4 B's that you need in your life. Okay. All right. So the first number one point that I want to make is first, let's just jump in. What is the definition of a win? So a win is any success, any victory, any acquired results that was able to be completed. So that is a win. All right. So we're talking about whether the small stuff or the big stuff. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about wins in our life, right? So the 4 B's I want to share with you is number one, you being intentional. So be intentional, meaning how can you be intentional when you're celebrating life? So you being consistent with whatever you're trying to achieve, you being accurate in recording whatever you're trying to achieve, or you being more intentional with whatever you're trying to achieve. So that could be anything. That could be writing a book, that could be staying consistent on YouTube, that could be writing a blog, that could be anything. So as long as you're trying to be consistent and you're being intentional and accurate in doing it, then you are likely to celebrate. You're likely to definitely experience life, right? You definitely likely to experience celebrating life. The next thing I would say is be daring. That's the next thing. Be daring, meaning being bold in celebrating the small stuff. Normally people they always say that a win is only for the big stuff, but actually a win is actually for the small stuff as well. So whether it be you getting up this morning, whether that's you making your bed, no matter whatever it is, learn to be daring, be bold in celebrating even the small stuff, whether that's big, but even being more intentional in celebrating the small stuff. Number three, you gotta be grateful. If you notice the word be, right? You gotta be grateful. So be thankful to God, definitely, about whatever you're able to achieve or whatever you're progressing to trying to achieve, right? Whatever it is, make sure that you have a grateful and thankful heart, because that really changes the process, right? It literally helps you to be more patient with the process that you're trying to achieve or trying to acquire. Then the number four, last thing that we want to do to be able to celebrate life a lot more purposeful, right, is to be reflective. And it's a bit similar to grateful, but it's a bit different. What I mean by be reflective is you trying to be more intentional on reflecting, looking back on the things that you were able to achieve, looking back on your past trial that you did overcome, looking back on the things that God did in your life that looked very impossible, but God still came through. Like, that's what you mean by being reflective. Be more intentional with reflecting on your progress month to month. So in my digital planner, my ultimate digital planner, I have my ultimate globe digital planner, I have this bit in here called the wins record. I'm going to show it to I'm going to show this to you guys as well. But literally, I know, since been what I've been going through for the past 4 months previously. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go ahead and check out my ebook down in the description box down below. I talk a bit about it, of what it felt to be discouraged, but how I was able to live a more purposeful life, right? So I've learned that don't be afraid to celebrate the small stuff. And that could be just you getting up this morning. That could be you getting ready. That could be making your bed. Whatever it is, you have to be intentional with whatever you're trying to achieve. So in being reflective, I tend to look back on everything that I've done for the past month. So literally, I have this thing called the wins record. So I literally would record everything within that month, whether I felt like it was a win for me that day, and I would do it like on a month to month basis, and then I would reflect on what was my win for, like, January, February, March, whatever that month was. I would look back on the wins that I was able to achieve, and that would literally encourage me and motivate me to keep going forward to whatever I'm trying to go for, right? So guys, if you're ready for the wins record, can you just hit that like button for me? Like, can you just definitely leave a comment down below if you're ready for this, like, if you're ready for the wins record? Okay, okay. All right. So, the big reveal, the wins record, guys. So, I hope you can see clearly. So this wins record is a part of my Ultimate Globe digital planner, which is available right now in my Gumroad shop for £5. Like literally, I'm currently doing a £5 sale in my Gumroad shop. So if you haven't got your Ultimate Globe digital planner, go ahead and check out that link down below in the. But yeah, guys, this is a wins record that I'm talking about, and I literally have it for every single month. So I cover all the 12 months. So I have like a reflective thing going on for 12 months, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a bit about my wins record in the month of April. Let me just shift to the front here. I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about, what I mean by the small stuff, right? Whether that be small stuff or big stuff. So some of my wins. So you can see here from Monday, the 4th of April this year, 2022, I made a special breakfast. I made croissant, I made fried eggs, I did strawberries, blueberries, and I made a smoothie. Like for me, that's a win. The fact that I was more intentional in eating healthy that day, in making sure that I had my fruits, making sure I had a healthy breakfast, that's a win. Next thing I did, let's look at this one. I created the adventure video, edited other YouTube videos on the 6th of April 2022, and I treated myself with cheesecake and watched YouTube videos. So that's what I mean, like those are the wins that I did. So I created a video, and it was a small little project regarding my globe ultimate. It was regarding the Exodus Globe event. So if you haven't watched it already, go ahead and check. I literally pause this video and literally, well, watch this video first and then go ahead and grab a popcorn and watch the Exodus Globe event, because it's gonna be mind blowing. It really was so magnificent. Just X out the technical difficulty, and it was a perfect event, right? But yeah, I was able to like do this small project, even though it was initially big and overwhelming for me. I was able to tell people about the benefits of journaling in that adventure video. Hopefully, I'll be able to release that video soon to you guys officially. But yeah, I was able to like publish the Bible Book Club template and also the Psalms Prayer Challenge on my Gumroad shop. I call that a win because it literally took me a while to develop the template and then to, you know, get a picture for the Gumroad shop and all that. It takes a while to do those things. So I celebrated that as a win. I also celebrated exercising today for 20 minutes. So I did like two workout that day. I remember clearly on the 7th of April 2022. Then what else? I published my first podcast episode in 2022 for WMV. That was a win because it took me a good while to come back to podcasting. I do have a podcast called Women of Mighty Valour podcast. So definitely check out that. But it took me a while because of everything that was going on in my life. I just couldn't get back, or I didn't have the motivation to release a podcast episode. But it was just because of encouragement from my friend that she said, "Oh, what happened to your podcast?" And that kind of pushed me. Like one of my social media friend, Shakira, shout out to you, aka Nasanta Law. Like she was another encouragement. She really encouraged me to like get started back to podcasting, and even my friend Salome. So yeah, it was just by the encouragement by other people that really pushed me to publish that first episode in 2022. So yeah, and the last one I want to share with you guys is, let me just see what I can, let me just see, let me scroll by. Let me scroll by. Oh yes, I could share this one. So this one here, I fasted today over my mind on the 26th of April 2022. Feel like it helped. So a lot of time I do have I do struggle with sometimes I have like negative thoughts, or I would struggle with like, I don't know, they call it imposter syndrome, or just doubts in your mind about your abilities and whatever you can achieve. Like sometimes I struggle with that. So whenever I struggle with mental battles, I always go on fasting, and that could be like for a couple of hours, that could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Right. I never really did a day, to be honest. But I try to do what I can do. So basically that day I decided to fast over my mind. I always pray for God to like cover my mind, help me to think on good things, because his word says to think on good things, things that are lovely, pleasing, of good report. So I think I did a Bible study on that as well, talking about focusing my eyes on Jesus and just thinking on things that are pleasing to God. So I always give my mind back to God, because I know that that's a struggle that I have. So that was a win for me. So it's just the simplest thing that you can achieve, right? So that's what I mean by celebrating the small stuff and the big stuff, whatever it may be. And I think the final thing I'm going to share with you guys is this one here. I edited my whole ebook, Living Life More Purposeful by the 5 Relay Rule, right? So I edited that, and that was in April. So yeah, I literally launched now a ebook called Living Life More Purposeful by the 5 Relay Rule. If you haven't read the ebook, I literally, it was a lot. It was a lot to write. I'm not gonna lie. It took, I did the draft in 2 days, and then I had to edit the book and finalize it within 3 weeks. That was crazy. But that was a win. That was a big win for me. The fact that I even wrote an ebook, because writing a book in general, writing an ebook is just like writing a regular book, but obviously it's electronical form, right? So that was a win for me, the fact that I was able to complete it, knowing that someone else, like, what really pushed me to like release these videos, what really pushed me to like create these products, is just knowing that someone on the other side will need this this item to help them to live a more purposeful life, right? I just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about, the wins record. And just to recap, the 4 B's. So be intentional, be daring, be grateful, and be reflective. And if you just stick to those 4 B's, I'm telling you, you're gonna live life a lot more purposeful. You're gonna want to celebrate the small stuff. You're gonna be more intentional. You're gonna be more purposeful. Of course, always put God in the center, because if it wasn't for God, for me, life, I tell you, life without God is not easy. Life without God, I don't know how people do it. Like, I'm looking back on my life, no shades, but I'm looking back on my life without God, and boy, I'm glad that God is in my life. So that's what I mean. Like, make sure that you apply these 4 B's, but definitely involve God in your life. Um, and yeah, I think that's it, guys. That's all I gotta say. Like, definitely try and celebrate life. Life is a gift from God, and you never know when it can be gone, right? Because we're nothing but dust. That's what the Bible says. We are dust. And so, not to end on a depressing note, but literally, you have to be intentional. You have to be more celebratory, I would say, and more grateful unto God for your life, because it is a gift. Not many people are alive today, as we know, through COVID and all that. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this kind of encourage you to push you towards your dream and your aspirations. And if you haven't liked this video, definitely like this video and subscribe. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, Crystalites.